Hello, and welcome back to another Bear with me, BearElliott. I haven't done a Bear with me in quite some time. I've been doing a lot of reviews lately, and I just want to take a downtime to talk about what's going on in my mind when it comes to ghost hunting versus poltergeist. Now, you're going, what? I'm not understanding the correlation. Well, I do see the correlation between the two, but what are you talking about, Bear? I'm not understanding this. Okay, I am a paranormal investigator, also known as a ghost hunter. I hate that ghost hunter term because there's no hunting involved. It's not like I come back and put a ghost up on my wall or something. I'm like, look at my prize ghost. It's nothing like that. Although I can see the hunting part. I'm getting off on a tangent. I recently saw the movie Poltergeist. Now, Poltergeist was one of my original favorite horror movies, or scary movies from the 80s. I love Poltergeist, especially because it had the creepy woman that said, "This house is clean," or "They're here." All of this stuff played into my brain as a kid, and I'm sure had something to do with me becoming a paranormal investigator as time went on. Well, there's a huge difference between ghost hunters and the idea of ghost hunters that they use in film. I know a film is dramatization and all that kind of stuff, but I like some semblance of reality in my horror movies. And the reason why I'm bringing up this movie in particular is because Poltergeist actually has a lot. They go to a college that they have a paranormal department. And this paranormal department, don't ever use them. They're horrible. Okay, number one rule of ghost hunting. Never, ever, ever go anywhere by yourself. Okay, there's a couple reasons for this. So think of this as Ghost Hunting 101 by Bear. You never want to be by yourself on a ghost hunt because two reasons. Number one, if you fall and get hurt, there's no one else around you to say, hey, this person has fallen and gotten hurt. We kind of need his help. They can radio and get you help. That's a big thing. It's safety. If you don't have an additional person, the safety factor goes way high that you could be hurt and there's no one there to help you. Number two is if you're on a spirit investigation, a ghost investigation, a ghost hunt, a haunted house, whatever you want to call it, if something paranormal happens to you and you do not have somebody else there to confirm that this took place, then they're going to think, okay, you're making it up. That's a huge thing that popped out to me in the movie Poltergeist. Because of the fact that in one of the scenes, the one woman sends another guy up to go put a thermometer up in the closet. She sends him up there by himself. So he has this huge paranormal experience, and safety becomes involved for one. Two, he has this huge experience that no one can validate other than him. So nobody's going to believe him, especially the guy's kind of a jerk. So that's a big thing. Also, if you watch movies like this, and a friend of mine saw this movie before I did, and he's like, oh, I want to go on a ghost hunt now because it's going to be so awesome. Ghost hunts they're nothing like Hollywood wants you to see. They're not like the TV show Ghost Hunters. I don't want to call them fake, but they dramatize a lot of the things that take place in a ghost hunting experience. In a ghost hunt, they are very, very boring. Not a lot of things happen. It's usually uncomfortable because you have to turn off the air conditioning in a real ghost hunt because you don't want the air conditioner floating or throwing stuff around like dust and so forth that create orbs. Now, a lot of things are based upon the existence of orbs, and people will show you photos of, oh, look at all these orbs. Yes, you're tromping through a graveyard, kicking up all the dirt. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of orbs. They're also called dust and dirt particles. And when I ghost hunt, I like to put a scientific reasoning behind it. There has to be a reason for this to be occurring before it actually can be ruled as something paranormal. I have a big challenge with actually saying, yes, this is definitely a haunted experience. But you want to eliminate like carbon monoxide poisoning, because carbon monoxide can really do a number on you and make you nauseous and make you hallucinate and all kinds of stuff. You also want to look at EMF, the electromagnetic fields around, the frequencies around that, is that can really cause a lot of problems as well. If you have a home that's not, the circuits and everything is not insulated, that's also going to cause a problem. A big other thing, this is one thing that they did notice, was the power lines that the girl was talking about in the show. Yes, power lines are a factor. Also, for some reason, water streams and that kind of stuff is another factor. But it was only running to one side. The house wasn't encased in electricity. So that's another thing. There's a belief that ghosts cannot pass through that. There's also a belief that ghosts can't pass through mirrors. There's a lot of beliefs out there, people. But you want to eliminate all the possibilities of actual science before you immediately go to this is supernatural. Once you've eliminated all of these elements from the situation, then you can start to look at, okay, is this a paranormal experience? Or is this person on drugs? That can be another big factor. You want to make sure that the person that you do a pre-interview before you actually go into a haunted experience, because this person could be warping their mind every evening on all kinds of drugs, and that's why they're seeing Ben Franklin walking through their living room at 2 o'clock in the morning. You also want to do a little bit of research about the property. Now, is this a new age of the establishment really doesn't matter, but it does if, hey, have they hit a pocket of natural gases that are kind of flooding the house? So do your research on the home, do your research about the people, and be careful. Don't go out and be like these paranormal investigators that go all by themselves into serious, dangerous situations and then, like, hurt themselves. Yeah, that could be not a good thing and not a very positive experience. So this has been my Bear With Me rant about ghost hunting, paranormal investigating of real life versus such lovely pieces of work such as the latest movie Poltergeist. They're two unrealistic worlds that don't really go hand in hand. So happy hunting or happy paranormal investigating, and until next time, bye, goblets!
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every word that you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go, let me go.